Hey, welcome Chippewa. We're up for our next Chipp Talk for the month of January. With me I have Mr. Matt Rodriguez, the junior senior high school principal, and today's conversation is going to be about the master schedule for the junior senior high school. Welcome, Matt.
Hello, everybody.
Like that. So when do you start planning for the 24-25 school year?
We usually start late fall, early winter of the previous year. So we have already started in November planning for next year. We go through and have discussions with guidance and the teachers, looking at numbers, what classes are being taken, and start looking at different ideas that we may want to implement, different classes, what classes are working, what classes are not.
As you start to put this master schedule together, what are the major components in making sure the schedule works for all of your kids?
Biggest things we look at are, one, the core, making sure that the core subjects at the grade levels are already scheduled, and then we look at all the singletons such as band, choir, etc., and making sure that that is accessible to all students. Once we get those scheduled, then we start looking at different electives, AP courses, CCP courses, and really looking at providing a schedule that is the most flexible to allow most students to be able to take what they want. Unfortunately, a district our size, we can't allow a schedule that everybody gets to take every single class every single year, but we do really work hard to make sure that the majority of our students get to take most of the things that they want each year.
You mentioned the electives, Mr. Rodriguez. Why are they so important for students to take these electives if they're so difficult to schedule?
The electives allow our students to really experience different subjects, different hands-on activities, different areas of studies that they may not necessarily have taken or are trying to figure out if they enjoy them, are interested in them. We also look at making electives something that if somebody is in an engineering track or believes that they want to go into an engineering track, we will have a makers or different electives that fit into different areas of or fields that our students may want to go into at the college level or career. And early on, we have electives for our 7th and 8th graders that are CTE classes, and we have each student take different ones each quarter. So that is really getting them to experience what it's like to be a teacher, coding, makers, different things, so that when they get to high school, they kind of have a background of, I really didn't enjoy this, but I really did enjoy this. So if it is a beginning makers, they may take makers 1 or 2 or robotics. So it really gives them a hands-on feel of whether they want to engage in those activities and take further classes or scrap it all together, I don't like it, and go a different way.
It's fantastic. Kids have a lot of opportunities. Good to hear. You hear a lot about this CCP, College Credit Plus. Do we have College Credit Plus classes here at Chippewa?
We do. We currently have 16 CCP classes, College Credit Plus classes that are taught here by our teachers. We have 10 different classes that are taken online. The way CCP works is as long as you have enrolled in or applied to the university or college that you want to take CCP, and you have a 3.0 GPA or above, and you have met the minimum state or the minimum college requirement either on an ACT or another assessment like the AccuPlacer, then you can enroll and sign up for CCP classes. We are continuing to, our staff is continuing to educate themselves to get to the level that they can teach different CCP courses here, which is a huge advantage. Our students still are in the high school, even though during those periods they are considered college students. Our teachers are considered college professors during that time, but it enables them to still have that high school experience and not have to travel to a campus or worry about traveling back and forth. A lot of our CCP students that are taking online courses still attend here, and we'll either take them in the Learning Center with Mrs. Schaefer, or they'll even come in and get some assistance if need be by our high school teachers or college professors during those periods and get the assistance that they need. So it's really been good. More and more students are taking advantage of it. and especially taking advantage of getting out some of the electives so that when they do enroll in college after graduation, that those classes have already been taken off of their workload, and then they can start looking at their major classes early on.
Excellent. There seems to be a lot of things happening. Who informs the students about these electives and what's available, or how would a parent find out more?
April and Jenna do a really good job of meeting with all of our students. Jenna does a lot more with our 7th, 8th, and 9th grade students, where April does our 10, 11, and 12. Fortunately, unfortunately, we send a lot of information home on the final form, so I do suggest parents reading them thoroughly because we have a lot of CCP meetings. We have one coming up in February that is a mandatory meeting if your student is new to CCP. Anytime you can call Jenna or April, they will walk you through the process. I know that each one of them sets up individual meetings for our high school students and goes through the discussion of what they're interested in, what they may want to take, if they are interested in CCP classes, how the process goes, what all the deadlines are, even to the point of where they will sit and help students apply and go through that process and email out to the universities if they're having some trouble. So Jen and April do a phenomenal job with that. So if there are any questions, please feel free to call, email, but most importantly, read our emails because they are very informative and a lot of them are date sensitive.
Got it. So lastly, looking at that master schedule when we were outside when we started, I saw fine arts classes, I saw foreign languages, I saw business classes. You mentioned a core, so I'm assuming English, science, math, social studies, along with everything else, the CCP classes that come in on that. When you mentioned, you say the terms time sensitive, how important is it that a student gets their schedule in on time to ensure that they get their classes?
It is vital because with the way the schedule is set up and because we do run singletons, there are classes that get closed out because enrollment has reached the max. So when those deadlines are given to students, it is really, really important. Taking it a step further, as far as CCP goes, the universities do not move their deadlines. So if you miss the deadline, it isn't as easy as calling up here and asking us to waive it or move it back because we have no say-so. Even myself as the principal, with my own kids who have taken CCP classes, I am not allowed to check their grades. I am not allowed to have any input. At that point in time, they are college students and the universities treat them as one. So I would say truly get your schedules. When our guidance counselors put out the schedules and ask all of our students what classes they're interested in, what they're thinking about taking, the sooner that those get back, the more time it allows our guidance counselors and myself to look through the schedule, organize the schedule, and really get the most students the classes and the courseworks that they want, with the flexibility of doing CCP classes, AP classes, or our large population that goes to the Career Center, so that those students that are taking the very important trades, we are able to get them the classes they may take the first half or second half of the day that they come back to us.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Dear Chippewa, we'll see you in February. We'll meet with Jody Hughes talking about state testing as coming up. You'll have a great day. Go Chips.